Yeah. Ooh, hi, can everyone see me? We keep faffing about with new technology, so I'm very sorry. I hope this is good. I hope the picture quality is good. Give me a little shout out if everything's okay, if the sound's good, if the picture's good. And hopefully when we move to our Zoom classes next week, I can use this lovely camera that we're now using, which means you'll get a really good high quality class, which is awesome. So, everyone all right? Yeah, okay, good. So this week is our final week in the 10 weeks of happiness. And it's strange, I don't know about you, but part of me feels like this has been going on for a very, very long time, this whole lockdown and doing yoga like this. I feel like I've not seen you guys face to face in forever. But then on the other hand, the 10 weeks of yoga of happiness has just gone really, really quickly. So I don't know. I am excited though to move to our next stage, which, as I explained last week, it's moving to the Zoom classes. And what we will be able to do much, much better in the Zoom classes is hopefully we can all relax together after the first sort of try. And then I can give you a little bit more guidance in terms of what you're personally wanting to do with your yoga, how you're wanting to use yoga to kind of improve things in your daily life. You might have injuries and ailments, and I'll be able to modify the class much better for you. And if you feel like maybe these classes have been a little bit too advanced, or there's some postures that you're not really sure about, then we can work on those in much more detail and definitely just help you. So we will be a group class again, which will be lovely, but I'll be making sure to go around to everyone and make sure that everyone's okay. If you haven't yet got the link for the Zoom class and you want to join up, I'm going to offer the first class for free, and then after that, pay £0 to £5 depending on what you feel like you can afford at the moment. If you want the Zoom link, then send me an email to yogawithamy@outlook.com, or try and message me on YouTube or wherever else you can message me, Facebook, Instagram, and then I'll make sure that you can get the link there. And I've got something very special to announce as well, which is that we have raised, as a lovely yoga group, £195 for Ashgate Hospice Care. Woo! I can hear some cheers. Woo, 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 which is amazing. And I think there is more to come as well. I think there'll be some more money that hasn't been paid yet for this particular class. There'll also be some more from people who haven't quite got their money to me, and etc. So I think we'll have raised over £200 for the hospice, which I think is fantastic. So give yourselves a yoga pat on the back, maybe like this. There we go, that's a yoga style one. But let's get started. I'm going to ask everyone, if you've already sat down, stop trying to preempt what I'm doing. I want everyone to stand up. And this week we're going to be doing yoga for the breath. So we're going to start standing. We're going to feel nice and active, maybe loosen up a little bit, loosen the joints. We're just going to start with a little bit of a plie breath, as they call it. So we're going to inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms up towards the sky and really reach to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, come down. Make this a really nice, loose kind of movement. So we're exhaling to come down, inhale to come up. Exhale to come down, inhale to come up. And we're going to really try and make this a nice big movement. Fill the lungs with air as you come up. Exhale. I want to see those smiles, even though I can't see you. When you come up, inhale, smile. Exhale. Okay, we're going to do 3 more. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the lungs filling with air. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then I'm going to ask you to just gently place the arms back down by the side of the body. If you feel comfortable to do so, close the eyes here. And just take a moment with the eyes closed to concentrate on what's going on now for your body. So if you're like me, your heart rate's gone up. You might be more aware of your breath, especially if your breath has increased, if you kind of got faster breath going on. Take account of where your breath is coming from. And by that, I mean, are you breathing from the belly now, or are you breathing much more up in the chest? So with your eyes closed, take a moment. I'm just going to check which one of my breathing exercises we're doing next. Oh, fantastic. So, gently blinking the eyes open. And we're going to do a little technique that you might want to grab a partner for. So if you've got somebody in the house who's willing to be dragged into your yoga session, then bring them in because they can help you here. But if you haven't got a partner, that's fine. You'll be like me because my husband doesn't want to be famous. So I'll do it by myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to, with our hands, make little fists like this. We're going to do a little exercise that I found in a Donna Farhi book. She's been teaching for a very, very long time. She's got some really cool techniques to try out. And it's just going to awaken the breath. So we're going to take fists with our hands very gently. And we're just going to begin to tap the top of the lungs. So take your fists to just underneath the collarbones. And we're going to begin to tap here. And as we tap, we're going to take 5 breaths. Inhale. You can close the eyes if you wish. Exhale. Inhale. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, or breathe in and out through the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the nose. And you can make these as kind of hard as you like, as long as you're not bruising or hurting yourself. And if you've reached breath number 4, then we're going to inhale for breath number 5 together. We're going to place our hands on our thighs and we're going to exhale for breath number 5 like this. Oh, I made a really deep noise then. See what's inside. So that's our lion's breath. So when you exhale after breath number 5, we're going to place hands on thighs and we're going to go. So we're going to stick the tongue out. We're going to exhale through the mouth. And if you want to, you can cross your eyes as well, which is what they do in the Hatha Yoga Pranayama book. It's a very ancient book. You don't have to cross the eyes. I think it makes me feel like I've got a headache. So it's up to you. So that was round number 1. We'll do a couple of rounds on each. So we'll start again with the top of the chest. And now you know what you're doing for breath number 5. So carry on with the chest. Inhale. Exhale. And as you're doing this, I'll just explain now that we are tapping what will be the top of the lungs. So if we look underneath our skin here, then we've got the very top of the lungs, which end just at the top of the collarbones here. So as we're doing this, we're becoming aware of the way our body is made up and what we're actually kind of connecting with right now. And then if you're about to reach breath number 5, inhale in through the nose. Release the hands down to the thighs. And do your big lion's breath out. Come back to center. Take a moment to close the eyes and notice some of the sensations that you can feel around the top of the chest. Or maybe elsewhere as well. Maybe your head feels different. Maybe you just feel completely different. So just notice some of those sensations. And then gently blinking the eyes open. We're going to take our fists. And I realized I said we need a partner. We will need a partner for the last few because we're going to go on to the back. So hopefully your partner, if they're there, they're just joining in with this. So now we're going to start to tap the lower ribs. So you might be able to actually feel on your body and just find out where the ribs start to part, or where the rib cage starts to part. So we're just tapping the lower lungs here. So I'm just tapping on the side of the ribs. So take 5 deep breaths. And maybe as you do this, you might notice how the body is expanding, how the ribs feel different as you're tapping them when you inhale and exhale. I can certainly feel that as I inhale, my ribs become more exposed. I can feel that it's a bit more bony. as I'm allowing the air to enter into the body, and then exhale, and maybe we're reaching breath number 5, so we're going to inhale in together, begin to loosen the taps off. Inhale, hold on to the thighs, exhale, really big lion's breath. Very good. Okay, take a moment, come back to center, and we're just going to do one more round there, so tapping on the lower ribs. Inhale and exhale. If you've had hay fever like me, you might notice that there's maybe a nostril that's not quite so good at the inhales and exhales as the other one. Just notice what's going on. The quality of your breath. And I find that when my hands are here, I tend to direct the breath more into the side of the ribs. Maybe you're doing the same thing. And we may have reached breath number 5 now. So we're going to inhale together. Release the hands. Lovely big lion's breath. Okay. And then just close the eyes. Come back to your relaxed mountain pose. Notice the sensations in the body. And then gently blinking the eyes open. So this is where you might need your partner. Just checking which one we're going on to first. So we're going to take the hands and we're going to start tapping the top of the shoulders. So if you do have a partner, they can come and help to tap your shoulders with gentle fists. And it depends how well you're getting on in lockdown as to how hard they're going to tap you. But please don't tap too hard. So we're tapping the top of the shoulders. And we're aiming to kind of get towards the top of the ribs. If you want, you could do one, if it's not comfortable to have both hands up. And maybe do 6 breaths, so 3 on each. And then make your 6th breath the lion's breath. So that's up to you. However best you feel, you can start to tap the back of the lungs at the very top. So we may be reaching breath number 5 now. So we're going to inhale, release the hands. Exhale. With that big lion's breath, just let it go. Bring yourself back to center. Okay, we're going to start tapping again. Tap, tap, tap on the top of the shoulders. So we're aiming to locate the very, very top of the lungs at the back. You might find that this is quite nice and sort of therapeutic, puts you into a little bit of a dreamy state, which is quite nice. Or you might find that it's really, really enlivening, so you really wake up when you begin to tap on the lungs. I'm finding it quite relaxing. And when you reach breath number 5, you're going to inhale, release the hands, take hold of the thighs and really nice big lion's breath. Come back to center. Allow the hands to relax, closing the eyes. Notice any sensations going on around the top of the lungs at the back or the shoulders. And then blinking the eyes open. We'll come to our final one, which is around the lower part of the lungs at the back. So however you feel you can tap that place best, or maybe you can ask your partner to just help you. We're going to inhale, exhale. Notice how it feels to breathe into this part of the lungs. And when you reach breath number 5, you're going to inhale in through the nose, Release the hands, hold on to the thighs. Big, big, big lion's breath now. I don't want you to lose any enthusiasm for the lion's breath. So what we're doing, we're taking the hands back onto the back of the lungs at the bottom, and this will be our final round, so make it a really good one. If you want to, close the eyes while you're here. Breathe in and out through the nose or the mouth. Make sure that when you reach your final breath, we make it the biggest, baddest lion's breath that you've done so far. So continuing to tap, tap, tap. And then when you reach breath number 5, you're going to inhale in through the nose. Hands onto the thighs. Really big lion's breath. And then I'm going to invite you to either sit down on a bolster or a chair or whatever you want to sit down on, or just onto your mat. And then we're going to close the eyes again here. And we're just going to notice how the body feels. We're going to be doing another little breathing exercise, which is why I've invited you to sit down now. So make sure you do feel really comfy and find a place on the mat where you can stay for another 5 minutes, or if that's not possible, then do pull up a chair, because you'll just get a lot more out of it if you feel comfy and you're not kind of thinking about your legs and your hips and what's aching and stuff. So you want to make sure that as you sit down, you can create this really nice long line with the spine. So I like to have a bit of a boost underneath me, because I just feel that it allows me to have that nice natural curve in the spine. So make sure you can lift up and feel tall without too much effort here. Or you can put your back against a wall as well, because I want to really focus on the breath for the next exercise, as I said, rather than all the niggles of the body and how you're feeling and that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little go at a pranayama, which is a way of controlling the breath. And it's called Nadi Shodhana. So you may have done this before if you've done other yoga classes. And Nadi is all about the channels within the body, so the energy channels, and Shodhana is about cleansing. So we're going to be cleansing the channels, which sounds really lovely. And I've made sure that maybe it was a bit of a lucky chance really that this has come just as I'm kind of getting over the hay fever. So I want to let you know that if you are struggling with blocked noses and all the rest of it, that you can just breathe in and out in, whichever way you feel is the most comfortable for you. But for those people who are able to sort of have a go and can get some air up and down the nostrils, then we can do it together. So what we're going to do is we've got our hand here, and we're going to fold down the first 2 fingers, so the index finger and then the middle finger. So we're going to fold those fingers down. I'll just come a bit closer so you can see. There we go. Yeah, rock on. And then we're going to take the thumb, and what we're going to do is we're going to be blocking off different nostrils with the thumb and with the ring finger. So those are our little nostril blockers. And then I've got my notes here just to make sure that we're going about it in the right way. So I want you to start by just relaxing. Maybe you can let go of the hand for a moment, because we can come back to that. Relax in your seated position and take a few breaths. Allow your breath to kind of come back to that natural rhythm. And then when you feel ready to do so, folding down the first 2 fingers on the right hand. If you're left-handed, you can do it with your left hand. And then we're going to be inhaling first with an open nostril, so we're not blocking any nostrils off. Close the right nostril with the right thumb and exhale through the left nostril. And then we're going to inhale through the left nostril. We're going to use the ring finger to block the left nostril, and then we're going to exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril with the right thumb, and exhale through the left nostril. And that's one round, I think. Yes. Then we're going to inhale through the left nostril. Block the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Continue in that way. So we're going to do a full inhale and exhale through each nostril. But what I want to just do is give you the chance to do that with your own breath, because I find that if the yoga teacher's always telling you when to breathe, then you get sort of very confused, and also your body's trying to breathe quicker or slower than it's used to. So I can talk you through it again. Maybe give me a holler on the chat if you want me to talk through that, or just be silent for a moment. Is anyone still kind of confused about that? I guess you might not be able to chat if you're doing the whole thingy. So as long as you're... Well, let's do another round together, shall we? Just I don't want you to be confused. Okay, so breathe, and then we close the right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. And that's one round. Let's go again. Inhale through the left nostril. Block off the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. And then block the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. And let's just do that all together one more time. Inhale, left nostril. Block the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. Block the right nostril and exhale through the left nostril. And allow your hand to come back down towards your thighs and just rest wherever your hands are comfortable. Close the eyes here. Take a few breaths. Notice if that's helped you to calm the breath or focus the mind at all. Did it feel quite nice, or did it feel maybe a little bit frustrating if it was a bit difficult to get first? Because I think it is a little bit complicated. So don't worry if you didn't master it in that first try, because we can try again. We can try in our Zoom classes. And then just take a little roll with the shoulders. And then whilst we're sat here, we're going to just do a few movements. And because we are focusing on the breath today, we're just going to try and move with the breath. That's our goal throughout the physical practice. So we've done a few kind of breath warm-ups, and now we're going to start to move into that physical practice. So I want you to inhale, and as you inhale, feel as if your arms are opening with the breath. So you start to inhale, take the arms out as wide as they'll go, maybe towards the back of the room, lift the chest towards the sky, look towards the ceiling, and then exhale as your breath is guiding you and contracting the body. Bring the arms towards each other at the front and then look down. Again, use the breath to open up. You can even imagine that you are your lungs, so you're opening up on the inhale, on the inhalation, allowing all the air to enter the body. On the exhalation, you're gathering back in, you're becoming really small and rounded. And then what I'll do is I'll just show you from the side that when you're rounding down here, you want to tuck the pelvis, become that big ball shape here. Inhale, lift the chest, wait for your exhale, and then move with your own breath. So we're hugging that beach ball at the front, we're tucking the pelvis, we're becoming very round, tucking the chin down. Inhale. And then exhale. And then bring the hands back down by the side of the body. Again, take a moment to observe the breath. And then we're going to be moving our arms to the side this time. So we're going to inhale, feel the breath enter the body, but this time feel it on the left side. Inhale, raise the left arm up. Take your right hand down onto the floor if you're sitting on the floor, onto the hip or the side of the chair if you're sat on a chair. And then as you inhale, I want you to ease off. So inhale, and then exhale, come back down. So use the breath to make these really lovely flowing movements. Inhale. Exhale, go a bit deeper. Maybe you don't come as far up on this inhalation, you just lift a little bit. And then exhale, see if you can go further in this side stretch. Don't push it too much. One more pulse here. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, come back up to center. Take a breath here, maybe roll the shoulders. And then we're going to inhale, take the right arm up. Allowing the left hand to come down to the ground or onto the side of the chair or onto your hip. And then again, we're going to move with the breath. So inhale back towards the center line. Exhale. Come into that stretch a little deeper. Inhale, come up. And maybe notice on this side what's the difference with our size. I feel like this one I'm a bit more tight. There's a bit more resistance here. Maybe you can notice similar things. And this time maybe we don't come quite so far up. But we're using the breath to pulse in and out. So inhale, open. Exhale, fold towards that left side. And then exhale, we're going to come back to center on the next inhale. So lifting the arm back down. And then roll the shoulders. Maybe take the neck in some nice circles here. And then wherever you're sat on your mat or on your bolster or on your chair, just come down towards the mat because we're going to go into all fours now. We're going to do a little bit of a flow. And you might want to take a blanket to pad your knees here. I'm going to do that because I want to practice what I preach and because I got a new yoga blanket. So I'm very happy. So place your blanket down. Protect those knees. And then we're going to come into all fours. We've got hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then again, we're going to use the breath to guide us through a cat-cow. And we're going to take the cat-cow a bit further once we've got that sorted. So we're going to inhale. Allow the breath to lift the chest. Exhale. Allow the breath to guide this curling under of the tailbone and the tucking of the chin. Inhale, open up with the breath. And exhale, we curl around. So if you want to move this into a little bit of a flow now, we're going to inhale. Make sure I get this right, because I got all my inhales and exhales sorted when I was going through this. So we're going to inhale for our cat. Exhale, and in one big smooth movement, we're going to exhale to round and then bring the hips down towards the heels. If that's not comfortable, you can always go into a puppy pose like this. So that's up to you. So we inhale for our little cat. Exhale, we round the spine. Exhale, we take the hips to the heels. Inhale, we come back up, sweeping the nose along the mat. And then at the end of the inhalation, we're going to come all the way up. And then we're going to place the hands back down. So we're going to inhale and then exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, sweep the nose along the mat. Push back up into your cat. And then we're going to take that into a big starburst at the end. And then exhale back down. Inhale. And then exhale. Come all the way up. You can also do a little starburst here if you want. Opening up. And then we sweep the nose along the mat. Inhale. And then we open up again. And then exhale back down. So we're doing 2 movements with each inhalation or exhalation. So our exhalation is rounding, rounding, rounding. And then we inhale, inhale, inhale. And we come all the way up at the end of that inhale. And then we exhale and then round. So it means that we might be moving a little bit faster and making the breath a little bit more slow so that we can fit in all of these movements. So let's try again together. So we start with a little cat pose. Exhale. Inhale. Sweep the nose along the mat. And at the end of the inhale, come all the way up. Open the chest towards the sky. And then we exhale. Take the hands back onto the mat. Round. The hips come down. Inhale. Then at the end of it, inhale, we open up. Beautiful. Okay. So now bring the hands back down towards the mat. We're just going to take a few wiggles here. And then we're going to bring the hips back down. So if this isn't comfy for you to come all the way down onto your knees, then you can stay with the knees up here. But all we're going to be doing is a little twist to the side. So we're going to take the arms up and again use that breath. So inhale, make it really fluid. Don't worry about how you look or whether you're doing the movement right. Then we're going to take both arms over to the right side, look towards the right shoulder. Inhale, fill the lungs with air, come back to center. Exhale, take the arms down to the left side, look over the left shoulder. And again, just pretend you're a dancer rather than a yogi, because sometimes we get too mixed up in what the pose should look like, which we shouldn't do. So just make this really flowy. We're going to go in, back to center, exhale. In, use the lungs to open the body to the center, and then exhale down. Inhale, and then exhale down. We're going to do it one more on the left side. So inhale in towards the center, and then exhale down. Looking over that left shoulder, and then come back towards the center. Give yourselves a big wiggle. And then from here, we're going to do another little flow. So I actually didn't mention at the beginning that you might need 2 blocks or 2 books. I should have said that. I'm very sorry. So we're going to take the blocks towards the front of the mat. And then I'm going to keep my blanket down, I think, because I just want to help to protect my knees. And so from here, the blocks are here just to help you if you feel like taking your leg towards the front of the mat when you're in this kneeling down position is a little bit challenging. So you might want to have your blocks upright like this, and that might just help you to get your foot there. If you're a-okay having your hands down, then that's fine. I think for me, with being pregnant and everything, it's just nicer to have a bit of extra space. So I'm going to do this one. So we're going to start by stepping up with the right foot. Inhale into Anjaneyasana. And then we're going to exhale down. We're going to come into a twist. So take the hands at the heart center, so in a prayer position. And then you're going to take your left elbow and you're going to place it onto your right knee. But I'm going to do it the opposite way, because for pregnancy, you need to keep the twists nice and open. So you should be somewhere like this, but facing the right side. So try and keep the hands towards the heart center. Take the shoulder blade down the back and try and open up towards your right side. Looking to that right wall. Take a few breaths here. And then inhale, come back to center. And now we're going to take the hands onto the hips and we're going to test our balance by tucking the back toes under. And then we're going to lift here into a lunge. So you need to make sure that the front foot is really firmly planted. And we're just going to take a little breath here. Eventually we'll get faster with this little flow. And that means that we can just use the breath to go into each posture, which should be really good fun. Just make sure I'm doing this one right. And then we're going to inhale, step towards the top of the mat. Exhale, arms come down, and just take a moment in this nice, strong Tadasana now. So now we're not all loose in the body. We're pressing down into the feet. We're lifting up through the back. And we've got the arms down. And then from here, we're going to step back with the right foot. So hopefully this means we're doing the opposite leg, which I think it does. So we're stepping back with the right foot into our lunge. So hands are on the hips, inhale. And then exhale, we're going to take the right knee down. From here, we're going to take the hands into a prayer position and take the right elbow over that left knee. But for me, I'm going to go the other way because I'm keeping my twists nice and open. So you're going to try and keep the collarbones nice and open here, taking your left shoulder back and then opening up towards the left side. So inhale, try and keep moving that shoulder out towards that left side. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to move the arms all the way up for a lovely Anjaneyasana. And then we're going to exhale, back down, hands come on the blocks, come up towards the blocks, onto the blocks. And then we take the left foot back. And then we're going to go again. So hopefully this next time we can go a little bit quicker. So we're going to inhale, take the right foot up into your Anjaneyasana. Exhale, go into your twist onto the right side. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, come back to center, take hands onto the hips, tuck the toes under, lift into your lunge. Try and take that back heel down if you can. Inhale here. If you're feeling brave, you can inhale with the arms. Maybe take a little back bend and then exhale, hands come back onto the hips, lower that left leg. Oh no, we don't. Sorry, I've confused you. And then we're going to step towards the front of the mat. And then we're going to step the right foot back, come into a lunge on our right side, left side, right side. And then we're going to inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, hands come down onto the hips. We're going to lower that right knee. From here, we're going to inhale, hands at the heart center. Exhale, take the right elbow over to the left knee. Inhale, open up towards the left side. Exhale here. Inhale, back towards the center. Exhale. And then we're going to lift the arms up into your Anjaneyasana. Exhale, take the hands onto the blocks. And then we're going to step back with that left knee. And we're back to the beginning. So if you like that little flow, you can come back to this video, have another go, and just try and work on using the breath with every single movement. So the breath is moving the body rather than just trying to keep up with us. So see. Okay. And then from here, what I'm going to invite you to do is keep the blocks there, especially if you feel like they're really useful for getting up and down. And then we're going to come up to Tadasana at the front of the mat. So in your strong and tall mountain pose, we're going to do a little bit of a sun salutation now. And we're going to use the breath to do every single movement. So we're going to come to the front, maybe close the eyes, find that balance through your feet. And then blinking the eyes open, we're going to bend the knees, inhale, send the arms up. Exhale, forward. You can come onto the blocks if you want, or you can fold all the way down. That's completely up to you. If you are folding all the way down, then allow your head to relax, looking through the legs. Inhale, come up to half lift. So you might want to have your hands on your thighs or on your blocks. Exhale. Now we're going to take the blocks away. Actually, let me just think. No, we're going to use the blocks to take the right leg back. And then we're going to take the right knee down. We'll do it this way just because it's a bit nicer. Then we're going to take the blocks away, take the hands down, and the left leg comes back. We're going to take the body forwards and then lower down for your chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog. You can take knees off the mat if you wish. And then exhale, bring the hips back, tuck the toes under, press into the fingers, and then come all the way back into your down dog. Pressing through each heel. Notice what the breath is doing here in your down dog, whether your mind has wandered away from the breath. And then from here, we're going to step forward or tiptoe forward towards the front of the mat. We're going to take the blocks again. We're going to inhale, come into that half lift. Exhale, fold all the way down. Allow the neck and head to relax. Allow the arms to relax. Then we're going to press into the feet, bend the knees, lift all the way up nice and slowly. And then bring the hands down at the heart center and then down in your mountain pose. So take a moment to relax. That was a lovely first sun salutation. So let's see if we can do the next one and really keep our full attention on the breath that is moving the body. So the breath is creating these movements. See if we can feel that. So we're going to inhale and exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, take the arms up. The breath opens the chest here. And then exhale, allow the body to fold down. Take the hands onto the blocks if you wish. Inhale and exhale. Feel the breath in the top of the body. So the back of the lungs. Inhale, come up halfway. So hands on the blocks or hands on the thighs. And then exhale, we're going to take the left leg back and we're going to drop that left knee down. So you can use the blocks to help you with that. And then we're going to leave the blocks to the side. We're going to take the right leg back to meet the left. Tip the body weight forward. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale. Press into the hands to come up into your up dog. Modified up dog. And then exhale. Use the breath to send the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Press into the hands, rotate the shoulder blades down the back, and take some nice, if I can say nice in this position, nice deep breaths here. So take 3 or 4 lovely long breaths in your down dog. And then we're going to steppity step towards the front of the mat. And then we're going to take the blocks here. Inhale, come up to that half lift. And then we're going to bend the knees. Inhale, come all the way up into your mountain pose. And just as we did after we were tapping on the lungs, notice here in your Tadasana how the body feels. And then we're going to come towards the center of the mat. So get rid of any of the padding you have for your knees. And then here, just going to come into a little tree pose, but I really want you to, again, you're going to be bored of me saying this, but I want you to use the breath in this tree pose. So come towards the center of the mat. Establish that nice tall mountain pose. And then see if you can use the breath even as you come into the tree pose. So on an inhale, take the weight into your left leg and begin to use the breath to scoop the right leg up. Inhale. Place the leg into the thigh of the left leg, or the other options are to keep that leg a bit lower down here, or even to have the toes on the ground and have the heel touching the left leg. So that's completely up to you. You know where you're at with your level, and there's no one watching you, so go with your level. And then you can either take a few really deep, lovely breaths here with the heart, with the hands at the heart center, or you can take a chin mudra with both hands, so the index finger touches the thumb, and you can take the left hand above the head and the right hand to the belly. You can inhale to expand, and then exhale, right hand above the head, left hand to the belly. Inhale, expand, become really nice and tall in your tree, and then exhale, swapping the hands. Maybe one more, inhale, and then exhale. And then we're just going to gently lower the hands down, and on an exhale, really nice and gently, we're going to start to take the right foot down, and then come back to Tadasana. I'm just going to circle my left ankle a little bit here as well. If you can hear any noises, I think it's because the neighbours outside are kind of running around a little bit, so I do apologise. But nothing can put us off because we are true yogis. So come back to centre. We're going to have a go at tree on the other side. So you're going to inhale in, exhale here, and then inhale, take the weight into the right foot, establish that really strong, grounded standing leg. Inhale, take that left leg to wherever it will go. So maybe it's here, maybe it's on the calf, but it's not on the knee. So never take it to the knee. And then we just come into our nice, strong and tall tree pose. So find a place in front of you that you can look at, where you can maintain your focus. And then if you wish, take in chin mudra. Inhale to expand, and then exhale to swap the hands over. Think strong and tall thoughts in your tree pose. Use the breath to expand the body and also to ground yourself into the ground. Oh, I'm a bit more of a windy tree on this side. Maybe one more, inhale. And then exhale, really gently allowing that left leg to come down, and then just circling the right ankle. You'll notice one side is probably a lot more stable than the other. I don't know why, but it's interesting to notice that. And then we're going to get set up for a really juicy Shavasana very soon. But first, what we're going to do is we're going to take either a bolster or a cushion or some blocks. I would say a bolster is number one if you have it, or a chunky block. Actually, this one, I would say probably you may want to use, you might want to use 2 flat blocks instead, because we're going to be going into bridge, so it's just something to go under your sacrum. So use some books or blocks or whatever you have, and then we're just going to come down onto the mat, and we're going to place the block or the bolster behind us. No, actually, let's do it a different way. Let's come down onto our backs, ready for our bridge pose. And then we're going to inhale, press into the feet, we're going to lift up, and we're just going to place the bolster or the blocks underneath the sacrum. So make sure that you feel like the sacrum or the lowest part of your spine is really nice and supported by the the block or the bolster. And then inhale, taking the arms out either into a T shape or a cactus shape. We're just going to enjoy this nice supported bridge pose. So you might want to play around with the position of your blocks or your cushion or bolster. You might want to press into the ground, lift the hips and have a wiggle. Make sure that your tailbone is feeling okay here. There should be no pressure on the tailbone. And taking some really nice deep breaths. Try and focus the breath into the lowest part of the belly, which will feel a bit strange maybe because we're going against gravity there. So we're going to inhale, take the breath all the way in to the belly. And then exhale. And something else you might want to practice on another day maybe is lifting the legs up here. Or you can take this whole thing that we've set up, you can take it to the wall and you can do legs up the wall with a bit of support for the sacrum here as well. So this is actually a really lovely pose to do. It's not really any effort because we've got this support here and it just flips us completely upside down as if we're doing a headstand and just kind of refreshes all of the bloodstream and gets everything moving in that opposite direction. So we're going to lower the legs down. We're going to take the bolster away. And then we're going to come into a really super duper comfy Shavasana. So this is the last one in our 10 weeks of yoga. So I want you to treat yourself. Decide what you want. So I'm going to have this underneath my legs. And in fact, I think I'm going to have something underneath my back as well, because now it's not so good for me to be lying completely down on my back. And then I'm going to have a nice cushion on my head. So I want you to really make this nice and special. You can put some music on if you want to as well. And take my hair out so I feel nice and relaxed. And something that I did get this week is this lovely eye pillow as well. So I'm going to place this eye pillow on when I go into my relaxation. And I just wanted to introduce all these lovely, lovely things to you because you might want to do them in your Shavasana right now. So coming down into what looks like a very complicated Shavasana now with all your props. So I'm going to place this bolster underneath my legs and that feels really nice. Just takes some pressure off the lower back. And then I'm going to come down onto this bolster. I might need to shuffle a little bit. And then I'm going to take my head onto this pillow. Feeling nice and wrapped up. You can even tuck yourself in a bit as well if you want to. And I've got my eye pillow here. So I might want to take this over the eyes. Taking the arms down. And then again, I should say as well, if you don't have an eye pillow, you can turn off the lights or you can place a jacket or a t-shirt or something over the eyes. And again, we're just focusing back in on the breath. Make sure you can let go of all your muscles. So do any wiggling that you need to do. Begin to breathe in through the nose and then out through the nose. And feel as though with every single exhalation, you're just allowing your whole body to let go. Letting go of any tension in the muscles. And you might want to come up with a little mantra here to maintain your focus on the breath. So something that I've been looking at for kind of connecting with my baby, but you can definitely do this for yourself. One of the mantras that I've read is inhale love and exhale tension. I'm going to be breathing in love for myself and for my baby, and then I'm going to exhale tension. So you might want to breathe in all that lovely, lovely love that you have for yourself, and exhale tension. If you're not connecting with that word love, you might want to replace that for peace or calm, or any word that you feel resonates with you right now. So do a few more breaths using your mantra. Inhale love, exhale tension. And as I've said in previous classes, you can stay here forever. You might be really nice and comfy, and it's definitely good for the body to have long periods of time, so 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, where we're lying down and where we're completely letting go in a state of total relaxation. So do feel free to stay here. I'm going to gently bend my knees and I'm going to roll to my side. We're going to continue to focus on the breath as we just allow ourselves to come back to the center really slowly. So continue with that breath. Come back up to a seated position or continue to stay lying down. If you have come up to seated, just take a moment for the breath to come back to its normal rhythm. Then we're going to inhale in together, place the hands at the heart center, and I'm going to say a huge thank you to every single one of you who has been following this 10 weeks of yoga, and I hope you've really enjoyed it. Do leave some comments and subscribe to the channel and just let me know what you think. Again, if you want to join the Zoom class starting next Tuesday, let me know, and then I can send you the link to that. But I really hope that you enjoy the rest of your week and just take it easy on yourself. Namaste. Thank you so much.